my panel. Let me introduce myself first. My name is MAIZATUL AKMA BINTI MAMAT. Today, I will present my final year project FYP2. The title for my final year project is The Performance of Solid Waste Cerbera Odollam as Repellent in Agriculture Sector. This is the outline for my presentation today. My presentation will start with the introduction and will finish by conclusion. First, introduction about solid waste. Solid waste are the biggest problem in Malaysia. As shown in the article, solid waste can be categorized by many types of solid waste, but our main focus today is solid waste of food that come from fruits. Fruit can be categorized by solid waste of food that not only represent the waste of food, but also the waste of critical resource. Why critical resource? Food solid waste have a potential to help environmental. For example, the solid waste of Cerbera Odollam, the title for my FYP today. For your information, Cerbera Odollam waste has potential to be used as a biopesticide to replace the use of chemical pesticide in agriculture sector. Many scientists know that seed of Cerbera Odollam have a potential to be used as a diesel oil, but not its fruit. After the fruit being cut, it will be thrown away. So what happened? The solid waste of Cerbera Odollam fruit happened. To avoid this from happen, we can use the solid waste of Cerbera Odollam fruit as a biopesticide. This biopesticide can be used in agriculture sector to replace the use of chemical pesticide that give a harmful to environment and also give a harmful to the nutrition of a crops. Next is the problem statement. The problem statement here can be categorized by two: the problem from the solid waste and the problem for the chemical pesticide. Solid waste is one of the major problems that been faced by nations across the globe. There are 65 to 70% come from a solid waste of organic food in all industry in a global. This problem is risk problem to our environment and also the rising temperature in surrounding. For the chemical pesticide, the use of chemical pesticide is good because it gives a quick effect, but it's bad to our environment, human health and also the nutrition of crop. So it's better to avoid use chemical pesticide, especially in agriculture sector, by replacing with biopesticide. The objective of my project is to study the effect of Cerbera Odollam waste as a mouse repellent in pest control. Also, to investigate the potential of solid waste for Cerbera Odollam as a green biopesticide. Next slide is about scope of study. For the preparation of extraction, the experiment will conduct in environmental laboratory in UMP Malaysia, while for the testing, it will conduct at home by using seed white mouse. The testing will use two methods, which is first DP method and the second one is spray method. Next is significance of study. Significance of study here, we want to help to solve the problem of use chemical pesticide in agriculture sector when to solve the problem of rodent species or mouse. Next, we want to prove that the unused material like solid waste of Cerbera Odollam has a potential to innovate the community. And we want to provide awareness to the community that the use of chemical pesticide can give a bad effect to the environment and nutrition of crops. Next is literature review. There are several research that related to my title. As shown in a table. First is YADEF 2017. The title research is about chemical composition in chemical pesticide, and the outcome that we get from that research is what is chemical composition that be used in a chemical pesticide and what is disadvantage when we use a chemical pesticide. Next is a G3 is more to biological pesticide. So the outcome that get from that research is how biological pesticide being developed. Next is methodology. Okay. For the methodology, to start my project, I need to understand my title first and solve the problem. After that, I can plan the method, do the experiment and testing. After finish the experiment and testing, I can continue with the result and discussion and do the conclusion. So with that, my project is finished. Still in methodology, which is experiment. Okay, for experiment, we need to prepare two, which is preparation of white mouse and preparation of extraction. Okay, first, preparation of white mouse. The white mouse that we need to use for the experiment is seed white mouse that can get in a pet shop. Okay, the white mouse must be put in a clean container, and the container must be clean every day to avoid the white mouse from get the disease, and must give twice a day food. Next experiment is preparation of extraction that we conduct in environmental laboratory in UMP. Okay, the thing that we need here is the solid waste of Cerbera oil and fruit that already been removed of its seed. So after that, we cut it to the small particle and pound it crumbly using pestle and mortar. After that, after we get the residual, mix it with water to do the next process, which is filtration process. Okay, after finish the filtration process, we can proceed it by put the extraction in a centrifuge machine. Why we put in centrifuge machine? Because we want a clear extraction. Okay, next here in the methodology, which is process of testing. Okay, like I said before, there are two testing method, which is dipping method and spray method. For the dipping method, the food that gives to the white mouse, which is spread, must be dipping first in the extraction about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, after 3 to 5 minutes, give it to the white mouse. Okay, so for the observation, you need to wait 24 hours to do the observation to see how the white mouse react and the change of behavior of white mouse after eat the bread. Next is spray method. Spray method will conduct in evening. Okay, for the spray method, I need to wait until the white mouse gather 3 or more. After that, I spray it 3 times with extraction. Okay, I need to wait 30 to 40 minutes to do the observation. Next slide is about result and discussion. This is the white mouse that have been used for my testing. Okay, the table 1 shows the result data observation for the seed white mouse in 40 days. Okay, as we can see in the table, for the white mouse 1, white mouse 3, 4 and 6, the date have been recorded, not for white mouse 2 and white mouse 5, because every body of white mouse gives a different reaction. Okay, so the change of behavior that we observe here is about, for example, in day 1 and day 2, the mouse is still active, but in day 3 it produces a stinky smell, more feces, lost appetite, lost weight, and become not healthy compared to the first day of testing. Spray method. Okay, for the spray method, the observation must be done after 30 to 40 minute testing. Okay, the table 2 show the result data observation of said white mouse in a 40 day. Okay, the symptom that have been shown on the white mouse after being sprayed, like panic, run away to another place, dizzy, and spot appear on the back, which is the spot can cause the bleeding on the next day. Okay, next about activeness and effectiveness. Activeness, here is activeness of a white mouse in a 40 day, and the effectiveness of extraction from solid waste of Cerbera Odollam. Okay, so in 40 days, we can conclude that the activeness of the white mouse decrease day by day. It shows that the extraction will give effect to the white mouse, which is effective to be used as a biopesticide, as a mouse repellent. To justify that solid waste of Cerbera Odollam have a potential or give effect to be used as a biopesticide, we calculate the percentage of mortality. Okay, percentage of mortality here is percentage of dead mouse. Okay, the formula that have been used is number of dead mouse over total mouse times 100, so we get the percentage of mortality. Okay, so the table 4 show the percentage of mortality. It have been increased after 7 days of use of biopesticide that made from solid waste of Cerbera oil. It showed that Cerbera oil have a potential to be used as a biopesticide in agriculture sector as a mouse repellent. Lastly, the conclusion. We can conclude that solid waste are a major problem in every country because many people doesn't know each type of solid waste have a potential that can bring benefit to environment. Okay. So, for example, solid waste of Cerbera oil that have potential if more research have been done. Based on experiment, it can be concluded that the solid waste of Cerbera oil give effect as a mouse repellent. Also, the solid waste of Cerbera oil have a potential to be used as a biopesticide in agriculture sector. Like I said at the outline slide, I will conclude my presentation with a conclusion. So I already finished my conclusion. So that's all my presentation for today. Thank you for spending your time to listen to my final year project FYP2 presentation. That's all from me. Thank you.